Hello, welcome to the Kansas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us today. Just a few quick housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists can't see or hear you. And this presentation is being recorded. It'll be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Kansas. Now that I've gotten the housekeeping stuff out of the way, I'll step out of the way and turn it over to our first presentation from Hutchinson Community College.
Good morning. My name is Lynette Hilty, and I'm one of the admissions counselors here with Hutchinson Community College. Also joining me today is Catherine Eberly. She is one of our other admissions counselors, and she's going to be on the chat side of things. So just to kind of tell you a little bit about HutchCC, we're located in the community of Hutchinson, Kansas. We're about a community of about 40,000 people. We have a full-time traditional age, so kids just like yourselves, enrollment of about 2,500 students with an average student-to-teacher ratio of 18 students to every one instructor. And you're probably going to be able to expect to see about 20 to maybe 25 students in your classroom. Students are usually going to come to us and they're going to work on one of two different degree options. Some of them are going to do transfer degrees. About half of our students are working on those degrees. They're doing Associate of Science, Associate of Arts, Associate of General Studies degrees. They're working on things like maybe psychology, sociology, ag, education, business, some pre-professional degrees like pre-medicine, pre-pharmacy, pre-engineering. Those kids are working on their first 60 credit hours of general education work. So getting in maybe some core major general early in the degree courses in there as well. And then they're going to transfer on to that four-year university, four-year college so they can finish up their degree path. Don't worry, we are a very easy school to transfer wherever you may be thinking of. We do have transfer agreements with all of the state universities here or regent universities within the state of Kansas. The other part of our students are coming to us, actually about 54% of our students are coming to us and earning technical degrees. So they're working on things like Associate of Applied Science or certificate-based programs. So instead of transferring on to that four-year university, they're coming out job ready. So very few of these programs, certificate programs don't have any general education classes. The applied science degrees do, but there's not a lot of general education classes in those. Examples of these applied science or certificate programs would be things like in the allied health areas. So like nursing, radiology, surgical tech, physical therapy assistant, respiratory therapy, industrial technologies, welding, HVAC, automotives, automation, construction, computer sciences areas, as well as your very popular public safety programs like fire science, EMS, and criminal justice. If you're curious about whether or not we have your area of study, please check that out at www.hutchcc.edu/studies, and you can kind of see some of the pathways that we do offer right here in front of you. We offer over 70 different areas of study here at HutchCC. Affordability is the other thing we like to tout about us. HutchCC is approximately about a half to a third of the cost of what a college university, four-year college might cost you. This year, kind of moving forward into the 21-22 school year, our tuition and fees is going to be $118 a credit hour. That makes us right about $5,000 a school year, just a little over $5,000 in tuition, books, and fees. And that is before any kind of scholarship assistance. So if you're looking at scholarships, we offer scholarships in the areas of academics, endowment, athletics, activities, as well as departmental scholarships. You must apply for admissions in order to apply for our scholarships. Our scholarshiping process here is selective. Our application is free to apply. We're an open admissions policy school. We have a fantastic honors program here where you as a freshman can do directed study projects as a freshman already. And then if you're interested in activities, you don't have to be a major in order to participate in those activities. And then finally, I want to point out that our priority deadline is always February 15th of your senior year. So if you are a senior, Your application is open and I would encourage you, get it done soon, okay? Residence halls, we do offer the ability for students to live on campus. We have 2 different residence halls with offering both traditional and suite style living. We have space for about 500 students to live on our campus, and I really encourage on-campus living. It is the best way to meet new friends that'll be lifelong friends. If you want to just simply get involved, enhance your college experience, we have over 40 different ways or 40 different college or clubs and organizations for students to get involved in, anything from things like our esports team to campus activities board to police science, or our Thin Blue Line, which is our criminal justice group, all sorts of things, okay? The other thing I want to point out is our student union renovation. We just renovated our student union this past school year. Actually, we opened it up in October, so I guess it's this school year. Brand new cafeteria that offers an all access meal plan for our students. They can come in, eat anywhere between 7 in the morning and 6:30 in the evening. Also included in that was a renovation of our student activities area. So you can see right down there where our e-gaming room is at, along with new ping pong tables, foosball tables, air hockey, pool, you name it. We've got it here for you here in the student union. Finally, I want to just wrap up with saying, connect with us, schedule a campus visit. We are doing in-person live campus visits right now. You can schedule that at 620-665-3535. If you have other questions, you can also email us at admissions@hutchcc.edu. And again, if you're a senior, enrollment is now open and you can register for that at hutchcc.edu/enroll. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Thank you very much. And I will reiterate what I opened up our session with and mention that you can use the Q&A to ask questions at any time of any of our representatives. If you have a question for a specific school, just make sure to name the school in your question. Up next, we will hear from the representative from Pittsburg State University.
Very good. Thank you so much. My name is Dana. I'm with Pittsburg State University, and I have Northeast Kansas. With me today is also Brandy, who will be putting links in the chat. Brandy has Central and Western Kansas schools. And so feel free to ask any questions in the chat to Brandy. So we are Pittsburg State University, the one and only gorilla mascot in the United States. So very proud of that being unique. We're in the southeast corner of the state of Kansas. And we have about 6,700 students, kind of a medium-sized university. We're Division II. Student to faculty ratio is 22-1, and over 200 majors and 150 different clubs and organizations. So I really feel like it's the best of both worlds. It kind of feels like a big school, but also kind of as a small school as well. So our admission requirements for this year have changed. It's just a 2.25 GPA on a 4.0 scale or an ACT composite of 21. So, and if you're going to transfer to us, we just need a 2.0 GPA. So we are kind of test optional in that the 2.25 GPA will get you automatically admitted. So we have 4 different colleges at Pittsburg State: College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business, College of Education, and College of Technology. So you can see some of the majors that we offered here. And down at the bottom is a link to our academic departments, and Brandy will put that in the chat as well. So you can kind of look at this quickly to see what programs we have, but we have everything from a fantastic pre-med and nursing program to automotive technology, psychology, education, international business, and more. So tuition at Pitt State. So we are pretty unique. Looks like the chart is a little off there. Sorry about that. But we are pretty unique in that we have a flat rate for tuition. So that first bullet, we don't charge per credit. So if you want to take 10 hours or you want to take 20 hours, it's the same cost. So you can take that extra class and pick up a double major or a minor, or take classes for fun like ballroom and country dance, or a choir class or something like that. So we're pretty unique. I think there's only one other university in the state of Kansas that has that. So so the tuition and fees, $3,752 a semester at Pittsburg State. So right around $7,500 a year for the tuition and fees, and it includes all your athletic events on campus, the rec center, your parking pass. We really try to be all inclusive with those costs. Books are just an estimate. Housing is around $4,500 a semester, and that includes an all-you-can-eat meal plan 7 days a week and a single room. So you can kind of take a look at those. Brandy will also put that in the chat as well. So scholarships, list some of them on here, not all of them, but we do have the academic achievement scholarships, that second row down. It's an automatic scholarship provided you have at least a 22 ACT, 3.2 GPA. So we do still require ACT scores for scholarship purposes. We are looking at revising that, so maybe to allow that to be test optional. Our honors college is our most elite scholarship. You can see it pays for everything, all of your tuition for all 4 years and some of your housing as well. It does require at least a 28 ACT, 3.5 GPA, and there is a separate application process for that. Right now, February 1st is our scholarship application deadline, a little bit earlier for honors college. You can see some of the other scholarships we offer here. And then, as I mentioned, Brandy will have that in the chat as well. We do require freshmen to live on campus at Pittsburg State. So, but it was my favorite year. There's always something to do. There's always someone that you're meeting. You're walking distance to all of your classes. All of our halls are co-ed with no curfew hours or anything like that. So if you, provided you live outside of 50 miles from Pittsburg, Kansas, you will be living in the residence halls. So there's two different styles to choose from. The red buildings are more like a suite style or apartment style. And then the buildings in yellow are more of the traditional style residence hall room with the shared restroom down the hall. So, and I mentioned all the halls are co-ed, come and go, no curfew hours, that type of thing. So a lot of benefits to living on campus. Your food is made for you, and all your bills are paid in advance. So student services, we do have a lot of different support services on campus. Career services can help you find a job while you're a student and when you graduate, career fairs and things like that. Tutoring services, disability services, academic success workshops, orientation. So a lot of support systems. You just have to know to reach out. If you are struggling or need some resources, we definitely have them. We want you to be successful at Pittsburg State. Athletics, I mentioned earlier, NCAA Division II, MIAA Conference, list the different athletic programs that we have here. PittStateGorillas.com. If you're interested, you can fill out a survey, the prospective student questionnaire online, and let them know that you're interested in participating. Besides athletics, 150 different student organizations on campus as well. So really get involved. I know Lynette mentioned that at Hutch as well. I really am a big advocate of getting involved on campus because it's about your academics, but also about those extracurriculars. So everything from our anime club to Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Campus Democrats, powerlifting club, hammock club. We have, you name it, rock climbing club, skydiving club. So get involved, Greek life and things like that. So do get involved. It helps you meet people. Visiting campus is always my biggest tip. Our website is on here in the chat. Brandy will put that as well. So visit campus, check us out in person. We are still doing live in-person visits. We can meet with an academic instructor, see the student union, see the dorms, and get a free t-shirt too. So definitely check out campus visit. Application process, we are waiving that this year, so you can apply online. It's an easy process. You just self-report your ACT and GPA scores and we can get you automatically admitted. And then there's Brandy and I's contact information too. Feel free to take a screenshot of that or take a picture of that with your phone. Feel free to text us or email us if you have any questions following this. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And I want to remind everyone, use the Q&A for questions. And also check out the chat. It's been mentioned that the representatives can send you information that way, and most likely will send you contact info, links, that sort of thing in the chat feature. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from Friends University.
Thanks, Russ. Hi, guys. My name is Anna Profit, and I am an admissions representative here at Friends University. So let me share my screen really quick with you all. Okay, so I really like this picture. You can see here on the right, there's our admissions building. We also host classes in there, financial aid is in there, and of course you can kind of see downtown Wichita. So just a little bit about us. We do have around 800 students that go here to Friends University, undergraduate students that is. We are Quaker Heritage, but now we are a non-denominational Christian university. With 800 students, the student faculty ratio is great. A lot of your gen ed classes that you'll take, like your public speaking classes, writing one classes, you'll be looking at anywhere from 20 to 30 students in there. When it comes more to like your actual majors themselves, you might see as few as 5 students all the way up to 10 to 12 students. This is really nice because a lot of times your faculty will know you. You're definitely a name, not a number here. And you do get a lot of like one-on-one tension. So here are some of the programs that we do offer. Of course, like counting, our elementary education program is really popular here, along with our health sciences. So if you're interested in being a nurse or a doctor or physical therapist, the most popular major that we do have here is zoo science. With zoo science, you will have the opportunity to internship either at Tanganyika, which is like a hands-on wildlife habitat, or work at the Sedgwick County Zoo. I believe we are one of only, I believe, 3 zoo science programs here in the United States. So as you can imagine, it is extremely popular here. And of course, if you're looking for a degree with classes either at night or online, we do have a CAPS program. And again, a lot of these classes do take place around 6 p.m. when a lot of people get off of work. Or of course, we do offer online classes or a mixture of online and on-ground classes. With freshmen, we do require freshmen to live in the dorms if they are not from the Wichita area. I believe our freshman housing is ranked #1 here in the state of Kansas and 23rd here in the nation. Of course, as a sophomore, junior, senior, you can choose to live off campus if you want to, but we also do have apartment style housing as well with full kitchens. So here's a little bit about our academic scholarships. The nice thing is once you are accepted to Friends University, you will receive an academic scholarship. For freshmen, that does range between $5,000 and $12,000. And for transfers, that's between $4,000 and $10,000. We are test optional right now. So let's say as a incoming freshman, you have a 2.75 GPA or above, you would automatically be accepted to Friends University. Or if you have a 2.0 and then an 18 on your ACT, then you would automatically be accepted to Friends University. As a transfer, it is a 2.0 will get you accepted to Friends University. We do offer a lot of other scholarships. About 60% of our students are student athletes here at Friends University, so we do offer scholarships for that as well. We offer fine art scholarships, legacy scholarships, if you have a parent, guardian, grandparent, sibling that attends Friends, ministerial scholarship if you have a parent or guardian that does full-time ministry or missionary work, church match scholarship. If your church decides to give you some scholarship money towards Friends University, we can match that up to $500. If you are not an athlete but are from the Midwest, we do offer a 10% tuition reduction. If you're a member of Young Life, we also offer a $1,000 scholarship for that every year you attend Friends. And then if you do go to the Summit Ministries Conference, which takes place in Colorado Springs or online, you could receive a $2,500 scholarship every year that you attend Friends University for that. For transfers, we also offer the Phi Theta Kappa Scholarship, which is a $2,000 scholarship every year that you attend Friends. So a couple other scholarship opportunities. The really nice thing is that we do accept outside scholarships here at Friends University. So I definitely recommend, no matter where you're going, try to apply for as many outside scholarships as you can. Your high school guidance counselor should have some more information about that. But if you do want some links to outside scholarship websites, please let me know and I can send those to you, your personal email. And then, of course, we have other things like student worker positions, a lot of jobs here around Friends University's campus that you can get involved in, and then a couple other scholarships. Latino Leaders is a great mentorship program. You do get a $2,500 scholarship for that every year that you are a part of that. FAFSA, I just have a little bit about FAFSA on here. My big plug is definitely apply for your FAFSA. If you have any any questions just about filling out the FAFSA, feel free to call our financial aid department. They will walk you through the FAFSA if you need that help. Their number is down there, 316-295-5200, or you can just email them at financialaid@friends.edu. A little bit about our application process. It is free to apply to Friends University, so save yourself $20, $30 there. Once you apply to Friends University, go ahead and get your transcripts in, whether that be your high school transcripts or your college transcripts. You can send your ACT, SAT scores to us if you want to, but again, that is test optional this year. And all of that information can be sent to ap@friends.edu. And then here's my contact information. It's Anna_Prophet@friends.edu. And my office number is 316-295-5512.
Thank you
guys.
very much.
Sure.
And once again, the Q&A, you can use that to send questions to any of our representatives. For a specific school, just name the school in your question and check out the chat for information coming from the reps, links, contact info, that sort of thing. Up next, we'll hear from the representatives from Dodge City Community College.
All right, we're just getting our shared screen ready for you guys. All righty. So I'm Christina Frick, and with me I have Logan Gleason, and we are the admissions reps here at Dodge City Community College. And we are excited to tell you a little bit about our college and why our school might be the perfect choice for you guys.
Applying to DC3 is very simple. If you go to our website, dc3.edu, the apply tab is at the top right-hand side corner. Filling out the application is free, and once you have applied, you are automatically accepted after your application has been processed.
So first off, Dodge City Community College is a very affordable option to get your degree, no matter where you live. If you live in Ford County, Kansas, your tuition is $29 per credit hour. And then if you live anywhere else in Kansas, your tuition is going to be $47 per credit hour. Out of state and international, it's going to be $57 per credit hour. A big question that we've been getting asked a lot, especially during the pandemic, is how much higher are online classes than our face-to-face classes? And the answer is simple. Our online classes cost the same as face-to-face.
Here is a general idea about what a 15 credit hour semester will look like for the tuition and housing. So your Kansas and your border states will be the same tuition and fees as well as on campus. Then once you get closer to the non-Kansas residents, so that's out of the border states, that will be when it gets more expensive, as well as international.
Financial aid and scholarships are important no matter where you end up going to school. So the priority deadline for our scholarships is April 2nd. There's about $2.9 billion that go unclaimed by students. So apply for as many scholarships as you can. And our website, dc3.edu and scholarship.com, have many great scholarships that you can apply for. Also, FAFSA is available now, and you can apply for your FAFSA on studentaid.gov. And then if you have any questions about how to fill out your FAFSA, you can email our financial aid office at finaid@dc3.edu, and they'll answer any questions you may have.
At DC3, our undergraduate student population is 1,500. With a student to ratio of 11:1, you won't be overwhelmed with large class sizes, and you will have the opportunity to build personal one-on-one relationships with your professors and your peers.
Also, as a student here at DC3, you'll have the opportunity to make friends from around the United States and across the world. So currently DC3 has 38 states and 24 different countries that are represented here, and they're all highlighting up there on the screen for you.
Another topic we often receive questions about is our student housing. At DC3, we have 4 residential halls. They are Sheldon and Becker halls, which are featured as apartment style floor plans, and Jackson and Coleman Webb halls, which are featured suite style floor plans. These dorms aren't your ordinary junior college dorms. You're not sharing a bathroom with 50 other students.
Our current list of campus clubs gives our students the opportunity to be a part of activities that they enjoy. And then if you don't see a particular club on the screen that you're interested in, you can create your own if it is approved by our faculty and staff.
Dodge City Community College is home to 17 different varsity sports, and we are home to 2 NJCAA national championships, 121 NJCAA All-Americans, and countless KJCCC Region 6 championships and specialty award winners. If you're interested in athletics, go to our athletics page and fill out our Q&A for the coach, and they will get back to you. Here at DC3, we do offer many workforce programs, including welding, diesel tech, ag, business, and more. Good thing about our workforce program, once you get into the classes, after the classes, you are heading straight to the workforce communities. So you're getting right onto the floor.
Our school also cares a lot about your education, and we want you guys to be successful. Our Student Achievement Resource Center, or the SARC, has free tutoring for all students, whether you are taking classes online or face-to-face. And it also has a 24-hour tutoring session as well. So if you're struggling with a class at like 2 a.m., there's someone that you can contact about those classes you need help with.
Along with the SARC, we also offer many other resources for our students, such as the TRIO program that serves low-income students for first-generation students and students with disabilities. We also have a great opportunity of advisors here at DC3 that will help you plan your path for your 2 years here as a student at Dodge City Community College.
So here is our checklist. So this kind of just gives you an idea of what you're going to need to get done before you get here on campus. So if you're interested in Dodge City Community College, please set up a campus tour, and you can go to our website to sign up for that. And then it just talks about how to apply, what you're going to need for your financial aid, and then your ACT scores and how to submit those, and just any other important information, how to get your application done for the dorms. And then if you have any questions about any of these steps, please just contact us, and our number is on the screen as well.
So here is a picture for any information that you may need, as well as our Instagram. And if you do have any questions, our contact information is 620-227-1321, but you can also email us at admit@dc3.edu. Thanks, you
guys.
Thank you very much. And use the Q&A button to ask questions of any of our representatives. For a specific one, just name the school in your question. Up next, we'll hear from Allen Community College.
Hello, I'm Nicole Peters. I'm going to set up my share screen real quick. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to kind of run through this. Everything that we offer, we have 4 associate degrees that we offer. In this little area, you'll see some popular majors that we offer here on campus. We do have a credit transfer agreement. So as long as you're looking to transfer within the state of Kansas, for the most part, all of your classes are going to transfer. On the next page, we do offer 2 campuses. We have the Iola campus and the Burlingame campus. We have a student support service center that's offered here in Iola in the library. It's a free peer-based tutoring center. And then we also have online learning that's available for students. All of our online learning, it's either a single class or an entire program that's available for you. Some activities that we offer here on campus. We have a theater program that's available for students. We have an art program and a music program that's available. With these programs, there are scholarships that are available for you here on campus. And if you're interested in those, you can use our QR codes here on the side. Outside of additional activities, we also have athletics here on the Iola campus. We're part of the Kansas Jayhawk Conference. So again, any questions or anything you may have there, just feel free to schedule a visit or apply. This is going to be just a little quick fact sheet to tell you a little bit about us. A lot of this is per our Iola campus, so I'll kind of give you a rundown. Here in Iola, we have a disc golf course that's available for the students, as well as a bike share program. So if any of our students don't have cars, they're able to go to our library here on campus, check out a bike and use that for as long as they want. And we do have 6 residence halls available for students to live in and over 300 students living on campus. Our student center has been newly remodeled, as well as our science labs. I'll tell you a little bit about our campus living. We offer 6 dorms available for you. Horton Hall is an all-male dorm that is suite style. Winter Hall is an all-female dorm that is suite style. It's 2 girls or guys to a room, connected to a bathroom, connected to another room. With 2 guys, it's fully furnished with your bed, desk, and dresser. These other 4 are all going to be apartment style. So it kind of depends on which hall you live on, depends on how many roommates you have. Masterson and Heinrich, it's going to be 4 students to a room. It's a 2-bedroom apartment, fully furnished with everything. The difference between our traditional style dorm and our apartment style dorms is you have your choice between an 18 meal plan or a 10 meal plan. And down here, you'll kind of see the cost to live in Winter Hall, Masterson Hall, or the duplexes. Student life, we try to get you involved on campus and within the community. We do offer a couple of different activities here on campus. In Iowa, majority of our students are athlete-based. We do have non-traditional students as well, but a lot of our students get to enjoy the athletic events that we offer on campus. You'll see some additional activities that we offer here as well. Majority of these activities, there are scholarships. There are scholarships that are available for you. This is going to be just kind of a quick setup of what you need to do. If you're interested in Allen, you would apply at allencc.edu, submit test scores and transcripts. We do offer an assessment test, the AccuPlacer. If you don't do well on your ACT, you have your option to take the assessment test here at Allen. You can set up a visit. Applying for housing is a one-time application with a housing deposit. And then also you will see financial aid options here. And then depending on your major, you'll be assigned an academic advisor to get you enrolled in courses. Scholarships, different scholarships that we offer for you guys here on campus, whether it be Iola or Burlingame. If you're a Kansas student and you finish with a 3.75 or higher, that qualifies you for the presidential scholarship, which covers tuition fees and book rental for up to 18 credit hours. If you finish with a 3.5 or higher, that qualifies you for the Dean's Academic Scholarship, which would pay for your tuition and book rental. And then if you finish with a 3.0 or higher, it's going to qualify you for the Merit Scholarship, which is $500 a semester. And down at the bottom of this slide, it's going to give you information on our in-state and out-of-state fees. It's going to be the same no matter if you're in-state or out-of-state. And then the second part down here is going to also show you the cost. If you were to take 16 credit hours, we do have a book rental program, and to live in the traditional style dorms, your cost for the entire year would be $9,168. This is just going to give you an example of a class schedule. If you were to take classes on the Iola campus, Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes are 55 minutes, Tuesday, Thursday are an hour and 25. If you're taking the Burlingame class schedule, it's going to be 3 hours a day, meeting 1 day a week. Important dates, our enrollment for the fall semester opens up on April 12th. Scholarship application deadline is the 1st for the fall semester, and then you can submit your housing application by May 1st. I'm going to put my contact information in the Q&A, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you very much. And look in the chat for information coming from all of the representatives, and also use the Q&A to ask questions of any of our reps. If it's for a specific school, name the school in the question. I know you've heard me say that before. Up next, we'll hear from Full Sail University.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Russ. So my name is Emily Miller. Today, I'll talk to you all about Full Sail University. So let me go ahead, share my screen, and we'll get started. All right, so if you have never heard of Full Sail University before, we are an entertainment, media, art, and technology school located all the way down in Orlando, Florida. And at Full Sail, we are all about creativity. I want to tell you more about how that is so, but I want to start off by showing you a quick video to introduce our campus to you and the different degree programs that we offer. get past that. I don't know about you, but on my side, it was starting to get a little bit glitchy and my sound cut out. So if any of that happened to any of you, my bad. Must be a little bit of internet trouble. So basically, the whole point of it was just to give you a little overview, but I can do that verbally. So at Full Sail, all of the different programs that we offer, which right now we have over 50 bachelor's degrees to choose from, they all fall into one of these categories that you see on the screen. So we offer music and recording programs. We have video game degree programs. We also offer things like journalism, business, entrepreneurship. We even have the sports and sportscasting program. So if you have a dream, a career, a goal that is creative like this, and you want to make it happen, check it out. We may have that program that you're looking for. But each of our degree programs is a little bit different than you may be used to. A lot of four-year liberal arts schools, the more traditional schools, they do take 4 years to complete. At Full Sail, all of our programs are accelerated. They're chopped in half. So if you were to complete a full bachelor's degree on campus, it would take you just about 20 months, so just shy of 2 years. On campus, it would take you just about 29 months, so just a hair over 2 years. But either way, right around that 2-year mark. And this is important for students trying to get into these competitive industries such as music and film, because they can start in their career 2 years ahead of their competition. At the same time, they're working and paying back their student loans. Next, we have enrolling admissions. You can apply all throughout the year, but you could also start all throughout the year. We actually start a new class of students every single month, and that means you don't have to wait until next semester to start. Once you graduate high school, you can just start the next month. Whenever you're ready, no rush. The next thing is we have an initiative for our graduates to come back and retake courses in their field for free for the rest of their life. And you may be thinking, like, why would I come back to college after I graduate? But in any of these entertainment careers, there's a lot of technology. And as you know, technology advances super quickly. So we want to make sure our students are always up to date and relevant in their industry so they can maintain their career. Last thing is that we do have a big emphasis on career development. We want to make sure that all of our graduates not only know how to do their future job, but also how to get their future job. So students all take career modules in things like resume writing, interview skills, networking, and they also each complete a portfolio before they graduate. And our grads have gone on to do some pretty cool things throughout the years. There are a few examples on the slide here. Coming up, you can see that last year we had more than 140 of our grads that were Oscar nominated. This spring, we have had 57 of our grads that are Grammy nominated. And then back in December at the Game Awards, we had 271 of our grads that were nominated for projects they worked on, including The Last of Us 2, which was Game of the Year. And these are a few examples of companies that our graduates have gone on to work for. So these obviously are bigger ones, Disney, Pixar, Blizzard, those are big companies. But our graduates have also worked for indie companies, if that's more your speed, or they started their own, they're entrepreneurs. So there are a lot of directions that you could take a Full Sail degree. On our campus, we actually are open again now after being all online for basically the past year. We're very excited to get a lot of our clubs back up and running. There are a lot of clubs and organizations you could be involved in, but one that I want to highlight is our Armada esports team. This is our competitive collegiate esports team. We compete on our campus in the Full Sail University Orlando Health Fortress, which is the largest collegiate esports arena on a college campus in the United States. So super exciting. Right now, our students compete in about 10 games, including Call of Duty, Rocket League, and Rainbow Six Siege. So if that's something you're interested in, you could try out to be a part of our Armada and possibly even receive a scholarship to attend. We're actually having a high school student esports tournament next month. So if you're interested in competing in a 3v3 Rocket League tournament, let me know and I can send you some more information. But if Full Sail sounds like it's the right fit, the first thing that you would do is give a call to an admissions counselor. You'd schedule an admissions interview and they would help you figure out which program would fit best. Something to know is that we are test optional and that we also don't require a minimum GPA score. All applicants are considered equally. Next thing, I would check out our scholarships. One to note is our Women in Tech and separately Emerging Tech scholarships. These are both full tuition scholarships for current juniors and seniors. So if you're interested in a tech career, check that out. And last but not least, please feel free to contact me with any further information. My email is right here at the bottom, elmiller@fullsail.com. I'll be sure to put that in the chat as well. So thank you all for being here today. Russ, thank you again for facilitating, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to invite all of our representatives to come back on camera and to turn on their microphones. And we're going to do a quick little Q&A over the last 4.5 minutes that we have left in this session to get a little more information out of all of you in a good way. So the first question we'll have you answer in the same order that you presented. And what advice would you give someone going through the college search process right now? Start with Hutchinson Community College.
For me, I think two things that I would really give you as far as advice. Figure out what your factors are for where you're going to choose to go to school at. What's the most important? How close to home? How far away from home? Cost, the ability to get involved in certain clubs. Do they have a major? That should be number one. Do they have my major? All of those things, and then start listing them out and then search for those schools that meet back and fit your needs. And then put your feet on their campus. Don't just do your research on the internet. Don't rely on what your friends or friends' experiences have been. Put your feet on their campus, experience their hospitality, experience what it is to see if they fit you.
Pittsburg State University.
Yeah, Lynette pretty much said everything. I think that's perfect. Yes, finding the right fit for you, not the right fit for your parents or the right fit for your friend or your girlfriend or whatever. Finding the best fit for you, what size of school, what majors, what extracurriculars, those kinds of things. And that's why I do think the campus visit is so important. And I know most of us have online campus visits too, but it's not the same. If you can get on that campus, that's going to really help. And the only other thing I can think of is to start early. So hopefully those of you on here today maybe are juniors or even sophomores or freshmen. If the earlier you can start planning, the happier you'll be as a senior for sure.
Friends University.
Definitely want to reiterate what Lynette and Dana said. Like, definitely get on campus. Try to visit your top, I would say, 3 to 5 schools. Look into schools, public, private, 4-year, 2-year. Definitely try to get at least one of those in. And also talk with financial aid. Some students don't wait until the last minute to chat with financial aid. But I say try to talk with financial aid as soon as you can.
Dodge City Community College.
Yes, again, visit as many campuses as you possibly can just to see where you're going to feel the most at home. Some colleges might just surprise you. Fill out your scholarships because most likely you're going to get something. And don't count out JUCOs because they are a great beginning school for you guys.
Allen Community College.
I would definitely reiterate what Lynette said and what Christina said. I definitely encourage any students to make sure that you're going on multiple visits just to make sure that the choice and fit, or the choice that you make is the right fit for you for sure.
And Full Sail University.
Just kind of going off of all of that great advice as well, to just keep an open mind. You may have had an idea set in stone of where you wanted to go for years. You may have never considered the school right in your backyard, or you've maybe never considered going abroad or across the country. So just keep an open mind. The school that you are supposed to be at that best suits what you were trying to get to in a career could be anywhere. So an open mind.
I'm going to squeeze in one more question here. So we'll have it. It's a fun one. What's your favorite event or tradition on campus? Hutchinson Community College.
I think for me, I have 2 events that are our favorite. I mean, they're traditions. For over 60 years now, we host the National Junior College Men's Basketball Tournament, Division I, so the NJCAA Men's National Basketball Tournament. We get to see players come into our school and then see them a couple of years later competing for a national championship or in the Final Four because they've started community college and moved on. The other thing is our spring fling, and this year we're going to get to have spring fling. Numbers are going right with the pandemic, and we're excited about that. So the kids get to have a lot of fun, and it always culminates with a hog roast and a big dodgeball tournament. So great fun for all of our students on our campus.
Pittsburg State University.
For me, it's probably game days, football game days in the fall. We have a long tradition in football and national championships and stuff at Pittsburg State. And on game days, there's all kinds of musicians and activities, festivities going on. And it's a true college town. And that's why I think it's important to visit different schools too, because they all have different feels to them, major metropolitan areas, small towns, things like that. Pitt State is a college town, so all the storefronts have red and yellow, decorations and stuff up on game days. So it's really festive, a lot of school spirit. So
Friends University.
So if a team wins their conference championship, they're able to get out of school for the day, students, faculty, and staff. So just recently, our cross country and then our track and field teams won the KCAC conference championship. So everyone was able to get off for the day and then just go have fun. They picked like a spot in Wichita, Kansas to host a big event.
Dodge City Community College.
So another thing that we do is just football games. We do have different like activities and everything, but with our SGA, she is new here and she's super young, super wants to get all these different ideas. And so this year is going to start a new tradition and we are going to have an end of the year bash. So we're going to have like cotton candy, snow cones, dunk tanks, and just different fun things like that.
Allen Community College.
I would definitely, being a coach, would say the athletic events are big around here, but we also do in the spring, it's kind of called our block party. We set up inflatables, we have yard games, volleyball, anything like that. And then our dining hall also cooks out for the students. And so that's getting everybody out and involved. And it's nice to see. So that would be one of my favorites for sure.
And Full Sail University.
So we obviously are an entertainment school. Each of our degree programs has students make a capstone project right before they graduate. And my favorite is the film program. Each of our students displays their final movie that they make. We put it on a big screen in our live venue and they hand out popcorn and little snacks and things like that. And you get to watch it on the big screen and just celebrate the graduates. So that's my favorite.
Well, thank you all for sharing your favorite campus traditions and your advice and all the information about each of your schools. I want to thank our attendees for joining us. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording at strivescan.com/Kansas. Once again, thank you to each of our presenters for joining us during this session. And thank you all for attending. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Take care.